Welcome to another episode of My Money Matters. I am your host, Veronica. Today we're going to be discussing credit. Today I want to talk to you about 3 key elements about your credit score. 1, why is credit so important? Number 2, who monitors your credit or where do credit reports come from? And number 3, what factors feed into your credit score? 1, why is your credit score so important? Well, your credit score, it's not just a number. Your credit score dictates how responsible you are when it comes to paying down your debts. Nowadays, a lot of employers check your credit report to see if they're able to offer you a position. Credit is not only important in your financial world, but it's also important in your personal world. Credit tells the story of how responsible you are. This is why credit is so important. Now, let's get into who monitors your credit or where do credit reports come from. There are 3 credit bureaus, and keep in mind that even though they know about each other, they don't communicate with each other. So it's very important that you check your credit reports, all 3 of them, at least once a year. Credit reports come from the credit bureaus, which are Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. Last but not least, let's talk about the factors of your credit score. What goes into that magical score that the credit bureaus put out there? So there's 5 major factors that if you keep these guys in mind, I guarantee you, credit is not going to be a mystery anymore. These factors are payment history. Payment history, every time that you make a payment that is over 30 days late, it will be reported to the credit bureaus as a late payment. This is the most important category when it comes to credit score. Number 2, it's the amounts owed. Now this category is mostly important with credit card debt. Now keep in mind 30%. That's the rule of thumb. You don't want to exceed over 30% on your credit card debt, because once you exceed that magical number that we mentioned, 30%, then the credit bureaus believe that you're living off of credit, which makes your credit score to drop. Number 3 is your length of credit history. It is very important that as soon as you're able to create credit, 18 years old, you start building a credit profile. Number 4, it's going to be the inquiries that you have on your credit report or how many times they check it. Now, there is a common misconception that when you check your credit reports to see where you're at or to see if there's any problems, that your credit score will drop, and that's not accurate. Your credit score only drops when you're applying for credit and they check your credit. So applying for credit cards, for car loans, for mortgage loans, for store cards, they will check your credit regardless of them telling you that it's a soft credit pull. And number 5 is the types of credit that you have in use. So a person that has a very high credit score, at least above 750, has these 3 different types of loans reporting on their credit report. Those types of loans are revolving, which are credit cards. We have installment loans, which are car loans. And we have the biggest of them all, mortgage loans. Keep in mind that every time that you acquire a new debt, your credit score is going to drop. But when you start paying off that debt, your credit score slowly is going to start rising. So keep in mind that if you follow these 5 factors, and especially the first 2 that I mentioned, your payment history and the amounts that you owe, that is 65% of what composes your credit score. So if you're able to keep just those 2 in check, the amounts owed, and your payment history, I guarantee you, you will have a very, very nice credit score. Thank you for watching this episode on credit. Make sure you give us a call and schedule a time to talk about your personal financial journey. Thank you for watching this episode of My Money Matters. Please stay tuned for the next episode on home ownership. I am your host, Veronica. We'll see you on the next one.